Okay. In the last class, we have discussed till tar file. So tar we can use by this particular command. We can do that tar creation and also uh, compress, depress. We can do it by using tar xvf and xvfz. So let's see now. Starting with the user administration command, we are going to start. So user add this is these commands will be mainly for the administration level. So we also should know as a DevOps engineer, we should be knowing about the Linux admin commands where we are going to use to create a user, setting up password and all. Let's see. So first command is user add. So that is user add. I will provide my name. So Mohan is already exist. It is showing. So we have already I think previous two class back we have created a user called Mohan. That's why it's showing Mohan is already exist here. You can see the details about the user called Mohan. Okay. So now I'm going to create another user. User add DevOps. Otherwise I will give as a tech wonder. I'll give username. So permission is denied because the user doesn't have the permission. So you always the administrator command we have to use sudo command to run that particular commands. So sudo user at tech wonder I have created. So now to change a password, then you can use the passwd command. Passwd. You have to use a sudo as here as well. Sudo passwd. Then user sorry tech wonder the username. So password I can set it here. So I have created a user and also set up the password for that particular user. So if you want to log into that user, then we have to use the command login tech wonder. So it is not working. Sudo su hyphen etc passwd tech wonder is created here. So if I want to check login tech wonder, so it is asking for password. So password I will give here. See, you can see the user before it was root. Now it is root user. So if I want to check the user like a home directory, this is the home directory of my user tech wonder. Even if you check cat etc passwd, you can see here you can get the user ID. Then this is the home directory of my user and this is the bash which we use. That is how we can create a user and set up the password for that particular user. And if you want to exit from this one, log out. So I am going to log out as a tech wonder. So I will log out and I came back to UC2 user. So log out username you can use, exit control D you can use it as well. So if you once you go into that one, so for example sudo login tech wonder hang up. So it is not working. So we have to go inside root user. As a root user, we have to execute a command login tech wonder. Now it will ask for password. So I have logged in as a tech wonder. If I give who am I, so it is showing who. So you know these commands and all we have checked in the previous session. So if you use who command, it will display which users logged into this particular server at the current moment. If you give who am I, it's going to show the user whoever executed that command. if you give W, it will show the user login and other details of that particular session who has logged in. Now, if I give exit, then I will log out from the tech wonder user and I will go back to my previous one. That is also we can use it. Otherwise, you can use logout as well command. That is how we can create a users and set up password. So these are the very important these two command user add password. Then what is the range of system reserved UID in Red Hat? So UID minimum is going to 1000. So if you check it, cat etc passwd. So by default it's going to reserve user ID 1000. So it's going to start with a 1001. So 2 days back we have created a user called Mohan. It is started at 1001 and 1002 is the today I have created. That's why it is showing 1002. Same. So EC2 user by default it will get 1000. If I create a new user again now by using user add,
Sudo.
yeah. So sudo user add and I will give something. I have created a user. If I check without setting a password also, I can check the user details here. So it is created 1003. 1003 is the user ID. It is created. Like that, it is going to set up the particular user details. So if you want to delete the user, let's see, sudo does not exist. So now I have deleted the user. Now if I check the details, it is not existing here. So if I again, if I create a user with any name, and if I check the details of in that one, it is again it will create a new user, the same user ID. So if you create it and it's going to generate a new user ID, and if you delete it, it will be empty. So if any new user created, then again it will generate the same user ID for that user. So this is the information you can see in the etc password file as well, and also it is showing login defs. Let's see, it is cat etc login defs. So here also you can see the details about the user ID only. It is not about all the details. So I will
I have a
use,
doubt in here, Mohan.
yeah,
So, can we use sudo su hyphen and username directly
for what?
for login the user? Can we
Sudo
use sudo su login sudo su hyphen
uh, hyphen username.
username like Mohan? You can use take one, yeah.
Yeah,
We can
it
use.
is as a
Okay,
sudo user directly you can log in it without password it
okay.
is. So if you set the password, if you want to log in with a password, then you can use the login command.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
So this particular login def file, you can see the user ID minimum and maximum details, system user ID and maximum details, and sub user ID. These details you can find out in the this particular file, login defs file. So new user created and it is the user ID above 1000. It is going to start. How to lock and unlock user account in Linux? So if you want to lock a user account, then you can use this particular command passwd -u. So let's see, passwd-u and the username. I will exit from here. Sudo passw-u tech wonder. So password changed. So the password is locked here, and let me try to log in. Sudo login take wonder. So it's not going to, okay, let's see it as a root user. Once again, I log into root user, login take wonder. It is logged in. So the password details it's going to update in the backend. It's going to implement like before password lock implemented, the entry for this particular will be like this. It will be there, and the details it's going to update it in the backend, the configuration. So it is not able to log in user because the password file etc shadow. Let's see cat etc shadow. Okay, sudo. So this is the password details about the particular user. This one is having like this. This is the password. If you want to lock it, then you can use the sudo password hyphen u. It's going to lock the password, and then we can like unable to log in. But here I can log into the password. Let's see once again. So we have to use a sudo pass wd hyphen l check wonder. Password has changed. Now if I go to inside sudo su hyphen cat etc shadow sudo login tech wonder. See, the password is the login has changed. It is locked. That's why I'm unable to log into that particular user even with by using the same password. So it asking login password again, but I don't have the password. The password has updated. That's why I'm unable to log in. Okay. Now, if I unlock it by using the sudo su passwd hyphen u tech wonder. Sorry, I given wrong command. Sudo passwd hyphen u tech wonder. Password changed again. Now if I check to login tech wonder DevOps. See, now again after there was one failed login attempt since the last successful login because we have tried it was failed. So when we use the command passwd hyphen l is the command to lock the password, and if I use hyphen d hyphen u, then we are going to use unlock the password. When if you want to delete the password, you can use the passwd hyphen d. It will delete the already existing password for a specified user. It is going to restrict the login into server. So If you check shadow cat etc shadow, we can use sudo here. So for this one, I'm going to use sudo pass wd hyphen d check wonder password change, and I'm going to execute the same command sudo cat etc. See this one, the encrypted password should be like this, it will be present, but here it is not there. And if I try to log into that server now, log into that particular user by using the command login, it will restrict because the password is not working. So again it will, let's see, login tech wonder. So directly it is logged in because there is no password configured for this user now. That is how you can create a user, set the password, lock the password, unlock and delete. So it is used to create a update new users in the batch, create a file for like it will be create in the passwd that contains username and plain text password of the users. So it's going to store everything in the under etc passwd. So you can note it. So etc passwd is the, it is going to store all the details about the user cat etc passwd. So it will store the information about user, but if you want to see the details about password, then it should be shadow command, shadow file. So you should remember these commands, very important, these file names as well, because in the interviews also and also in real time you are going to get this regularly. So you should know where exactly your passwords will be storing, and how to lock them, how to unlock them if you don't know the password. This is how you can use it. So new users, the another command. This command is intended to be used in a large system environment where many accounts are updated at a single time. So if you want to create multiple users at a time, then you can use new users command and file name. In the file name, we are going to provide the details about the user by using the syntax. Following is the syntax for that: username, password, user ID, group ID, user info, home directory, default shell. These all details we are going to store in a file, and then we will uh, write in that particular file. So for example, let me share ls vim, I will give here users dot txt. So in this particular file you can store these details. So it contains the username, I will go back, I will again use. So first is username, then password, other details. Let me write one line first. So here contains username, that is a login name, and password. This is a password, whatever it will be there. So I'm going to update it. So I'll give like this, and this is the user ID and group ID. So user ID already 1003 are there. That's why I'm going to update it to 1004, and group ID to 1005. Okay. Next is user ID, group ID, user info, user information like full name, contact information. So this one you can provide like this, and then we are going to provide home directory of the user ID. So home directory, this is a home directory, whatever the name if you want to create, that one you can provide. and bin slash bash is a by default uh, shell which we are going to use for here Linux users. And next is same, I'll add it here. So I'll create another user. Just DevOps I will give 1005, 1006, another this one. Okay, these two I'm going to create it now. Now I'm going to run the command. So password should be at least 8 characters length, and it should contain the special characters everything. So I think one of the password is doesn't matching the criteria. So I'm going to update here. Okay, now I will save. Now I will run the command users new users invalid line. So line 3 is showing invalid line. So let's see. It is why it is showing vim. I have given extra space in that last. Maybe that is the reason. So let's run again. So it is executed. Now I will check cat etc passwd. See, two users are created here. These are the two new users, and with the password, everything it is created. So if I check the password as well, cat etc shadow. Okay, without password it is created. Now if I try to login, password it is asking. Let's see, devs. Okay, incorrect password. Sudo sc hyphen cat etc shadow. The password has not configured. Sudo login again. I will do login Ankit. So I'll give password cat. So I have given this is the password DevOps at the rate 123 login Babu. Okay, the password is not taking. So we can set the password once again by using the command. So exit is not possible here. So we have to use try multiple times and then it will come as a timeout. So I will check it now by cat etc shadow, and I will do the command pass wd hyphen d for the this user. If password is existing, password deleted. Now again I will change the password. Password updated. So password is created means it should show the extra line like this. So this particular user it is created. Now I am going to log in as a username Babu. Now if I give, see it is working fine. Like that we can create a multiple users by providing the details, and then we can log in into the user. But why the user? I will exit from here. Sudo su hyphen cat users txt. Okay, this is how you can create. By setting up the password also it will work. Some if not working, then we have to set up the password for that user. After creating, then we can able to log in. So if you are using the MD5 passwords default, ensure that all users generate a password. So in the real time, we are going to generate the password instead of setting. We are going to generate the password by using like the particular number of letters. Then we will set up the password for the each and every users. So in real time, we have to create multiple users. So for that one, we use this kind of scenario, this file. Verify the below files it got updated or not by using like group password and shadow. This is the you can see the details about password is the details of user, and shadow is the details of the password and all. Then we are going to check the group as well. So group, you can see the details about that particular group. So group ID, I have given separate group ID for each user. That's why you can see 1005, 1006. This is how you can use it. Next is CHAG. Change. It is used to see user related threshold details such as user disabled time, etc. The change program requires a shadow password file to be available. So if you use change -l, so you can see the -l is not available here. So you can list the details about the user. -d is the last day. -e expiry date, help, it will be help details. So we have to provide the command list l and username tech wonder. So it will display the complete details about the user. So last password change, password expire, password inactive, account expire, then minimum number of days between the password change and maximum number of days between password change, and number of days warning before the password expire. These all details you can get it in this particular command. Using change command you can get the details about the user. So if you use -d, so -d is a invalid. Okay, where this is a different command where you can use to -d is the last day. So to set the last day of last part password change, then you can use this d -d, and we can give the last day. So if I check the same command now once again, the password change is updated. Last password change previously it was showing different. Now it is showing as June 6. So if I check it, June 22 it was showing. Now it is updated to June 26. And if I want to change something expiry date, set the expiry date. So if you want to set the expiry date, then you can use the command -e. So let's see. I will use the hyphen E here, hyphen E, and I will give the 22/06/2027. So if I check it again, so I given 22/6/27 account expires, but it is taken as a October 6, 2028. How come? Let's see. I will give in the different format. Here I will give 0502. Now if I check it, yeah. So it's going to take it in the month first, month, date and year. So I have given 5/2. So it is taken as May 2, 2027 as the expiry date. So you can use a hyphen E to set the expiry date. And same like that, we have multiple commands. These are the commands which we can use help. And if you want to use printing dates purpose, you can use this one inactive. Set the password inactive after expiration to inactive. So you can use the hyphen I. So if you set the I, then it will be inactive after the password expire. Then minimum days, set the minimum number of days before password change to minimum days. You can set up hyphen M. Show account aging information, then you can use L. Then these and all we can use it. Uh, Root directory, directory prefix, set expiry day, warning days. So warning days we can use wd command. So if you use w, so if I want 30 days warning, then I can use this one. Previously it was showing 7 days. Now it is I have updated to 30 days. Like that we can set up and we can configure by using chase command. So if you use hyphen e never, then it will account will not expire. That is a that is how you can set up. But I have configured as May 2 as a expiry date. The next is group add. So group add command we have already discussed in one of the class. To create a group, we can use a group add command. User mode changes the user attribute. If you want to change the attributes of a user, then you can use user mode command. So for example, if you want to change the group name of a user, then you can use user mode command. So if you check cat etc fast wd, these are the user details. Currently, it is not showing in any group. So if I want to change the group name, then what we have to do first is I will add the group cat etc. So these are the group which is created. Now I am going to create a new group add Linux. So if I check Linux, it is there. This is a Linux and 1007 is a group ID. By default, whenever we create, if we not given any group details, it will create a group with the same name of a user. So now I am going to change the group details. This particular users, I am going to set up group details. I am going to update it. So user mode hyphen z Babu I'll give, and then group name, and then I have to give the Linux first group name, then username. So the Linux does not exist because it is capital. So this is case sensitive. We have to use. Now if I check password details, the user should be updated to the particular group password. So group details you can find out here. So this particular Linux have the user called Babu. If you want to add other users as well, you can add by using the user mode hyphen z, the group name and username. So I will add again here Ankit. So if I check the group details here, you can see Babu and Ankit both are present in this group. Like that, you can create a group and you can add the details to that add the users to that particular group. So for locking the group, for locking purpose, we are going to use user mode -e, the date on which the account will be disabled. So the date specified in this format, we are going to set up the user where when we want to disable that particular user. So you can set up by using year, month, date. So for example, I want to delete the user today itself, user mode -e, then I will set up 2026, then month is 6/22, and I'm going to give the name Ankit. So this particular user is going to disable on that particular day. So change -l. So it's going to see account expiry. You can see the today date itself because I have mentioned account expiry date and password expiry inaccurate. Nothing is updated. Only the user is going to disable. If we check, come back and check tomorrow, the user will be not available. That is how we can set up the account disable for that particular user by using -e command along with user mode. And group mode, if you want to modify a group, you can use the group mode command -n group name and group name, new group name. So for example, currently I have group names cat etc group. So multiple group names are there. So if I want to change the group name to any other names, for example, DevOps I have, it is created I think 2 days back. So I'm going to update that group name to by using the command group mode -n, then DevOps, then new this one I'm going to provide like Tech Wonders DevOps. So once again, new group name. If you want to modify in the above example, group mode command would change the group name, group Linux admin to Mohan admin. So this one we have to provide a different. First is the destination, which one to, and then I'm going to provide DevOps here. See now the DevOps name should be changed to Tech Wonders DevOps. See, this is the group name. It was changed to from DevOps to Tech Wonders DevOps. After Mohan, I have created this one. That's why it is 1002. The user Mohan is under this particular group. Like that, we can modify the group by using the group mode command -n. Then it should be which name we want to change. The new name and old group name we want to provide. So this will be group name. This will be new group name. Okay. This is how you can change the group. And new group, it is used to change the current group ID during the login session. So if you want to change the current group ID, then you can use the new group name, new group and group name you have to provide. So if you are a member of the group and you can switch to other group for the with the following command. So for example, I'm a root user. I will log into. So I have logged in. So currently I am under which group? etc groups. Babu is under Linux group. So if I want to change the my group, then I can do it by using new group name. I am going to change to Tech Wonders. Okay, new group, new grpds. The password for the user we have to provide. Failed to crypt password with privileged salt. Okay, it is not working. It is not changing because sudo permission doesn't have the for a user, so we are not going to use it. So every Linux user assigned to multiple groups, so they can open and access whatever the file. So if you are in the multiple groups, then only you can change it to the user. Okay. So if you create any file order, it will assign to that particular user. But here it is not possible to change from particular group to that group when I am in that as I that particular user I have logged in. Let me try once again. New GRP Tech Wonders. Okay, it is unable to encrypt the password. That's why it is not working. Then ID command. It is one more command which will show the user details such as primary group, secondary group, and display the information about system identification of that particular user. So if I run the command ID, so this particular user Ankit, user ID is this one, group ID is also Ankit, and groups it is contained Ankit and Linux. Both groups it is available here. You can see. And if I check any other user like ID Mohan, I will give. So the Mohan is 1001 is a user ID, group ID contains Mohan also, and also another one group Tech Wonders DevOps. Like that, you can see the about details about the users by using ID command. Next, LID display the users group or group users. So if you want to LID, and if I give the user details, so command is not available. Let's see if I can install the command from here itself. I am not a sudo user, Babu. Let's see. No root, subscription management repositories not updated. Okay. It is sudo. We don't have permission for this user. That's why we have to exit from here. As a sudo user, we have to run that command. Once again, I will try. Okay. There is no command for LID. Okay, I'll remove this one. This particular command is not available now. Next is su. Su command we have already used multiple times. Switches the user between user and root. Changes the user ID associated with the session. So if you just use su and that particular name user, it will just change it to that particular user. But the details about the root, home directory, everything will be under root only. So if you want to completely change, then you use sudo su hyphen babu. We give like this. So if you give only sudo su, then it won't work. So it will change it, but home directory everything will be under root directory itself. Whenever you create a file, it will come back there. So if you check it, su who, it is logged in as a ec2 hyphen user only. So if I go back sudo su hyphen ankit, so it will show root user logged in to this one. As a root user, I have logged into the Ankit as a username. And users, it will display say compact list of the user currently logged in the system. So if you use a users command, it's going to display the list of users. Currently we are using to log in ec2 user only. That's why it will change. Let's see if I log into login, and if I check users, so now it is showing the user I have logged in Babu and also ec2 user. By using the password I have logged in, that's why it is showing both the users. Like that we can use the command users. In the real time there are multiple users login to your server at a time, because everybody will be having the access for that servers. At the time you can check by using command users. Next is groups. It will display the group membership. So if you want to provide groups Babu, it will provide the groups like Babu and Linux is the groups I have. If I give Ankit, so it will display whatever the users having, and the particular user under which groups it's going to display. So that is the groups and users. And user deletion, if you want to remove a user account, then you can use user del Ankit. So here the permission is denied because I have logged in as a normal user. So I will go back sudo su hyphen. Now I will run the command user del Ankit. So this is how we can delete the user. So if I check the user details now, cat etc pass wd. See, the user does not contain here because I have deleted the user called Ankit. Next is group deletion. If you want to delete a new group, then you can use a group del command. So for example, I have a groups cat etc group. So these are the multiple groups which I have created. So if I want to delete any of the group, then I can delete it by using delete group del Linux. I'll give. So if I check again group, the Linux is not available here. That is how you can delete the groups by using group deletion command. Next, finger display the user login name, real name, other details by using the finger. So this is also command not found. Let's see if we can install or it is not available at all. No, this is also finger command is not available in the Linux now. Next is Crontab. Crontab is another very important command. In real time, we are going to use to automate the some of the tasks while writing script we use. So Crontab is a program used to install, deinstall, or list the tables used to drive the cron daemon in the Linux operating system. So this one is we are going to set up the, it is a program where we are going to install, deinstall, or list the tables in the cron daemon. We are going to use it. So this is mainly we are going to use to automate the any task, any script which you want to execute in the particular time. You can set it up by using the cron job. So this is a cron job, cron tab commands we can use. This is the format where we are going to use. You can see here minute, hour, day of the month, day of week. So this is the format which we are going to use on listing cron tab job by using cron tab -l. If you want to edit in cron job, then we can use cron tab -e. So let's see cron -l. So no cron tab for root as of now. So if you want to edit it by use -e, you can use, and we have to provide this particular format. Let's do it later. I will write a script for that first. So ls. Currently I don't have any files. I will use vim automate dot sh. So now I bin slash bin slash bash. So I'm going to use here user add Bangalore. So user add command we are going to use to add a user, right? So I'm going to use user add Bangalore here, and I will do user del Babu. I will delete the user. So I will save this particular file. I'm not going to execute it. Automate.sh. So this particular one I'm going to set up, like I'm going to automate it by using this particular syntax. So whatever the file which we want to provide, it's going to execute. This will execute and file for every 1 minute. If you want to run for every 1 minute, we are going to set up that. So let's see. Cronjob -e. Here we have to provide */1 star and star. So this is the syntax. Minute, this 1 minute I have given, and then hour I have not selected, day of the month not selected, month, day of week. All four I have given as a star. Nothing has selected. And then I am going to provide the file name. What is the file name? I have given automate.txt, and I want to store the file. So it's going to execute this particular file every 1 minute, and it is going to store the logs into this particular. We can store in this particular one, like the output going to store, but I'm not going to store any output here. So I'm going to save it. So now I will check it. Crontab hyphen L. This is the crontab is there, and if I check cat etc pass wd, the password user is not created. So which user I have given? Automate Bangalore. Let's see whether it will create or not. 1317. Okay, it is not done. Let's see. Now I'm going to execute it once again. I will edit that particular file. Crontab -e. So I will add to. Okay, I think you have not observed. I have given the wrong here. */1. Here the file name is automate.sh, not txt. That's why it is not executed. So this particular file I want to provide, and pwd under root I'm creating. So I'll use 1 second. I don't know, server is not responding. Okay, it is exit sudo safn cat okay, you can see my screen, right?
No, no,
No,
we
no, we
can't see.
can't. Okay, let me share once again. Okay, here cron tab -e. So this should be root slash root automate dot sh. Then it should be root logs dot log. So it's going to create one file. I will create logs dot log. Now let's see. So cat crontab crontab -l. So it is created. Now once it is executed, it should create a user. Okay, it is asking permission denied. So I will update the password. See, it is executed every 1 minute, but this particular file uh, doesn't have the permission. That's why it is showing us permission denied. Now I'll update the permission for that one by using chmod 777 automate.sh. Now let's see. Let's see after 1 minute, maybe it will run again and it will try to create it. If the script is not working, then it will throw the error. See, the user has created here. The new user is created, and also you can observe here the user has deleted. Which user I have given cat automate.sh. So I have deleted Babu, user name called Babu has deleted here if you observe. So in the previously it was there. See, these are 1004 and 1005 as a user details. So it is not there now. That is how we can set up the user password, cron syntax by writing any file. Sample I have written the script to create a user and delete a user called Babu. So if I check it once again, 42, 37. So I'll check the logs, what exactly it is happening now. See, again it is trying to create, but the user Babu does not exist and the user Bangalore already exists. That's why it is deleting. Now I don't want to create it. So I will do what I will do. Once we done with the cronjob syntax, then we can edit the cronjob by using crontab -e and we can delete it or else we can mark it as comment we can give. So I have commented, otherwise it will be taking every time. So cat logs.log. So this is tried twice. Let's see if it will try once again. There is a 4 lines of error it is there. So mainly the cron tab syntax we are going to use to schedule any file execution or any particular task automate. We are going to use the cron job. So if you want to delete it, cron tab -r you can do it. So cron tab. So I have commented it, but if you want to delete it, then you can use the cron tab -d, right? Sorry, R. So you can delete the cron tab. Backup of root's previous cron tab saved to this one, and it is deleted now. If I check L, no cron tabs for root. So if you edit it again, if you give E, it is there is no data inside of this one, and you can do the changes whatever required. So these are the main three options which we have to remember. L is listing the cron tab currently which are created, and -e to create a new cron tab or editing, and -r to delete it. And these are syntax very important which we should remember. It will be like minute, hour, day of month, day of week. So if you give here in the first star, if you give one, it will run every 1 minute. If you give the star and next if you give one, then it will run every 1 hour. And if you give two star, then one, like in the third star, if you give uh, 5 6 like that, then it is going to take the date, the particular date of month, and then it will be the fourth star, it will be month. If you give 2, it will run in the February only. If you give 5, it will be in the May, like that. If you give the day of week, like it's going to run, like if you give the 1, it's going to Monday. If you give 0, it is Sunday. If you give 6, it is Saturday. Like that, it's going to take it. That is the Crontab syntax which we are going to use while we editing the Crontab. That is the Crontab. If you want to use the cronjob syntax details and all, then we can see in the etc cron deny, that particular file you can see the details. So etc cron allow, in which we can assign the names of those users who are allowed to use cron jobs, remove the cron deny file and create allow still if both the files are existing, and file allow will be having the precedence over cron deny file. So if you want to allow or deny, then these two files we can use it. So if you use cat etc cron dot, so these files we can create it and we can set up the permissions. So if the cron deny file exists by default, but we need to create allow file. So currently deny file is existed here, but nothing is there inside. But allow file is not existed and not created anything. So we can create to provide the permission. If your name is not there in the cron allow file, then you will not be allowed to use cron jobs. But currently I don't have anything. That's why I can use whatever required. If both the files are existing, but allow file will be high. So for example, slash etc. So nothing is there inside this one. Let's see. etc cron deny. Sudo su check wonder. I have logged in. Cron tab -l. See, I have given the user in the deny. That's why it is showing you are not allowed to use this program because I don't have the permission. So if I remove that one, then I can use it. But currently, particular user tech wonder has added in the cron deny. That's why he won't able to perform this action. So now what I will do, I will exit. Now I will create a new file called vim etc cron allow. So here also I will give tech wonder, and I will save. Now I will log into same tech wonder. Now same I will try to run the crontab-l. Still I am unable to run this one. Again I will go back, cat etc deny is tech wonder is there, and same like that it should be allow as well. Okay, the username I have not given properly. That's why it is not taking. Vim at the end it should be R. So we have to save this and sudo. Let's see once again verify. So both are fine. Now I am going to sudo su hyphen tech wonder. So here I will try to run the command crontab-l. See, no crontab for tech wonder as of now. So it means I have the access. So here the sentence meaning is nothing but if there are a file called deny it won't allow if any user added to that particular file, that particular user can't use or can't access the cron tab. And if the cron allow is existing, that is fine. But if it is not existing, then you can create a cron allow, and inside that one you can add the user. So that is allowing that particular users. Not only that user, any user can access, but it is just a providing the access. And if user is existing in the deny, then that particular user can't use the cron jobs. If the user is present in both the files, allow and deny, allow will be having the upper hand. So if the allow is present, then that is fine, you can use the cron jobs even if the user present in the deny. That is about cron jobs. Next is RAM details. So to find the RAM details in Linux, we are going to use a command called free. So free is a command to check the details about RAM, total used, free, shared, cache available. These are the details which we can see with the free command. Free -h I will use to human readable. This is about RAM. Total is 1.6 GB, used 399 MB, free 996, and shared 7.9 MB. Cache is nothing but like unused, like junk files. This kind of we will inform. That is a MB 400 MB, and totally now available is 1.2 GB. So if you observe here, total is 1.6. Out of it, 400 MB is used here, and 1.2 GB is available as of now. Free is 996 only, but available is 1.2 GB. So to find the amount of free and used RAM in the system, we are going to use a free command. So with a free command, we can use the -b k m g l o t s c v. These are the main options. L is to show the detailed low and high memory statistics. So if you use L, H is a very important to display in the human readable. So it will be low and high. Memory details is the first one, and low is a this one, and high will be this swap memory. So it is going to show the low and high memory statistics. If you use O, it will be like old format, no buffer or cache line. So this particular line it won't show if you use O. Okay, now old format are not available at all, so it is not going to show anything if you use O. Next is to display total RAM plus swap, then we use T. So this is also, you can see the total swap along with swap. If you use free only, then it won't show any swap. Swap also it's showing totally it is show like memory swap. Here it will show in the total count as well. If you use H T command, T option. This is a free command which we use to check the RAM details in Linux servers. Next is DMID code. It is going to give the RAM information like location, maximum capacity, then other details which we can get it out here. This is not much important, but to get the more details, we can get the details. So let's go root user, then I will execute. So we can get all the details about RAM. It is like hardware complete about RAM details which we can get it by using DMID code. Next is SSH. It is a client. It is a program for logging into remote machine and for executing commands on the remote machine. So this is very important, SSH command. So if you want to log into the remote machine from one server to another server, then we use SSH. It is intended to provide secure encrypted communication between two untrusted hosts over a insecure network. So if you want to connect from one server to another server in the Linux, then we use SSH. So we have to provide SSH and the IP address of that another server. This is a command we use, username at the rate host name, which we are going to use. Next is SCP, secure copy, remote file copy program. Same like CP, but we are going to use a SCP to copy from one server to another server By using that one, we can use a SCP and we can copy the files from one server to another server. We will see that one in the Ansible. We are going to discuss both SSH and SCP, how we can copy from one server to another server. Next is write opens a line of communication to send messages to other users on the system in real time. So if you use write and if you provide the username, for example, tech wonder, so he is not logged in. If multiple user logged in, then you can send the message to that particular user. But here I am not logged in. Let's see if I can write to EC2 user. That is also not possible, I think. Let's see. See, not logged in. So if the multiple users logged in at a time for that particular server, then we can use write command to communication. So it is like sending a message. Next is message command MESG. So it permits or refuses the write message from the users. So if you want to if you give the MESG N or Y, then it's going to allow or not allowing. By using this command, the write messages we are going to accept. The next is wall. Please write a message to all users that are logged in. So whatever the logs the particular user, we are going to use -a. So invalid option -a -z. So the users are not logged in. That's why even we can't send the messages for this one. And mail is sending a and receiving mail to that particular user. Once you enter the address, it will ask the subject, then press enter body. So if you use mail catch devops @gmail.com. Mail command, let's see if it is available or not. Mail command not found. No, there is no mail command here as well. So we can't use the mail command now. 1 minute. Okay. So I have installed the mail command now. Let's see once again. I will try. Subject. Welcome to Linux training. So from address I have given. Once you enter the address, it will ask for subject. Then press enter body of mail. Then type Control D. So subject I have given Linux training with tech wonders. So control D we have to provide once our typed, but it is not taking. Okay, now it is asking to who our address is this one, subject is this sending this message. Yes or no we have to provide. So yes, I am giving message has sent, executable not found. Actually cannot start user send mail, executable not found. So I think it's not going to send a mail. Let's see. From my side I'll validate once. So sending mail is, we can use the mail command and we can send, but it is throwing error. It's, why again it is not responding. One second. So the mail is not received. I will check once again. For that one, we have to update the postfix by using sudo sc sudo dnf install systemctl status. It is disabled, so we have to enable it by using the command systemctl. We have already discussed. Enable. So if I check, now it is active and running. So to validate it, we can check ls -l. So this is the data which we can send it. Now let's check once again. Subject Linux training. Okay, not received it. Okay, it is not sending any mail. Not sure. This is a command to mainly we are going to check up for like from the Linux server we used to send the mails to the particular users. That is the purpose of mail command. So this is also command we can use the send the mail another command. Let's see. Mail hyphen s. Okay. I think it is not working. We'll see tomorrow. In the time is already up. In the tomorrow class, we have to discuss about echo and other commands where we are going to use. So mail command is that's it. Till mail we have discussed today, and mainly today what and all we have discussed in that one. Free command is very important, and then cron job syntax, user deletion, complete user administration is very important, like user creation, group creation, deletion, adding, then updating password. This and all very important. Please make sure you practice this and all. And if you have any doubts, you can get back to me. You can discuss in next class. That's it about today.